Look at the issue of hacking and how it can happen. We're now joined by Andile Masuku. Hello, and thank you for being part of our network, Andile.
Thank you very much for having me.
Andile, is there a possibility that the minister was not hacked?
There is every possibility that he was hacked. However, the probability that he was is still, the jury is still out on that.
All right, so how easy can one get hacked?
Well, I think it depends on the amount of, precautions you've taken to secure your social media accounts. Now, they're basic things you should be doing anyway, like changing your passwords every few months. Some very conservative views are such that you should be, especially if you're a high-profile individual, you should be changing your passwords at least once every 3 months. It also depends how tight and well-regulated the team that monitors and indeed tweets on your behalf, as many believe the minister has a team of such, are regulated in order to protect your security.
If you're talking about the protection of security, he says he's been hacked 3 times. Can't be that secure, is it?
Well, it can't be. Look, as someone who's represented a number of different clients on social media, managed their accounts, I know that it's quite possible to have various different accounts listed as part of your profile within Twitter, and how easy it is for you to slip up, tweet something as a client thinking you're tweeting as yourself. Mistakes can be made. However, depending how big that team is and how loosely regulated, it is absolutely possible that a member of your team be caught slipping up.
All right, and if you've been hacked, what measures can you take that you secure your account again? Well,
in the case of Twitter itself gives you guidelines as to what to do when you've been hacked. The first thing is pretty obvious, is change your password, which is something you should be doing on a regular basis anyway. The next thing you do is basically check the integrity of the email account that are linked to your social media accounts. The third thing you can do, and very important, is basically revoke the access of all the third-party apps you might have linked to your social media account. So that's things that help you post, things like Buffer and Hootsuite, but also other social media accounts that might have permission to post in your Twitter account. You need to revoke that access until you're satisfied that the security on, say, Twitter or your Facebook, whatever's been hacked, is in place.
Let's talk about that, because a lot of people download apps and they click on links that they probably haven't figured out who they came from. What is problematic with that, with clicking on just about any link? If I send you a link, Andile, and then you click on it without really checking what it's for?
Well, the problem with that is when you click on links, in fact, let's start with going into your app store and downloading an app that you think is very helpful and will actually help you do something you couldn't do before. There's usually a terms and conditions tab that asks you to click it,
and many people don't read those.
And many people don't read that. And what tends to happen is you give an app permission to access other areas of your private life. You give apps permission to post on your behalf, and you don't even realize you're doing it. Then there's the issue of malware, where sometimes something that's represented as great information, an email you've received, and they say click here, and there you go, and what you're doing inherently is allowing third parties to access your private network on your smartphone, your tablet, whatever. And that's something you need to watch very carefully. Look, there are apps out there to help with your security. I mean, there's one, Logdog. It's, I think, available for Android at the moment, that basically gives you an update immediately as soon as it senses anything that might even vaguely hint as a malicious breach of your network or your personal social media accounts.
We had several viewers who said they had been hacked in the past. Some of them said they didn't get their accounts back. So how quickly can one get their account back if they've been hacked?
Well, firstly, to those people, you're not alone, because I've been hacked several times, not on Twitter, however, on Facebook, though. In the case of a celebrity like the Honourable Minister, you can actually get the issue rectified very quickly. quickly. He has a verified account, which means Twitter has verified that he is a person of note, and an extra special attention is given to brands, businesses, and celebrities who have that status. So very quickly, even for the integrity of Twitter itself, they'd be looking to nip that in the bud. For the rest of us normal individuals out there with unverified accounts, well, the one thing I would recommend everyone doing is getting dual verification. Many times you've entered Twitter or other social media accounts and they give you an indication of, please give us your cell phone number so that we can verify your account in case of hacking. Many of us just, ignore the request. What we're doing inherently is preventing Twitter from helping us protect ourselves. And so you should be doing that on every social media platform you have.
But somebody else might think that if you then share your phone number in a space like that, then you're giving a third party permission to call you at any time they want or SMS you anytime they want.
In a country like South Africa, we've been very lucky in this country to have legislation keep up with privacy issues. Believe you me, it'd be very bad press for a company like Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat like that be caught out giving out your information to third parties. I can't vouch for the fact that they don't, but certainly when it comes to the security of your personal social account, especially if you're a high-profile individual, you definitely want to take that option.
Andile Masuku, thank you very much for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure.
All right. Now,